evening, everyone. Welcome, councillors, to this ordinary meeting of council on the 15th of September. And I also welcome those viewing this meeting online this evening. So welcome, everyone. The meeting has opened at 6 o'clock and the public is advised that it is council policy to record the proceedings of meetings of council on digital media to assist in the preparation of minutes and to ensure that a true and accurate account of debate and discussion of meetings is available. This audio recording is authorised by the Local Government Meeting Procedures Regulations 2025. I would also like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Tomagina people, and to pay our respect to those that have passed before us, their history and their culture. Item 1 is record of attendance. 1.2, we have an apology from Councillor Hyland. Item 2, confirmation of the minutes of the previous meeting. Excuse me. There is a recommendation before you, councillors, that the minutes of the ordinary meeting of Waratah Wynyard Council held at Council Chambers on Monday the 18th of August 2025, a copy of which, having previously been circulated to councillors prior to the meeting, be confirmed as a true and correct record. Could I have a Councillor Bramage has moved, Councillor Roberts seconded. Are there any corrections, amendments or questions around the minutes that have been put forward for you this evening? I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. 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 Carried unanimously. Item 3, declarations of interest. Do the council, any councillors have any declarations of interest for this evening, please? Staff, any declarations of interest? Okay, moving on to item 4, councillors' announcements and reports. Announcements by the Mayor, I don't have any this evening. There is a recommendation that you note the Mayor's communications. Before we do that, Councillor Bramage, you attended the You OK Day event, is that correct?
I did, yes.
Thank you for doing that.
That's okay.
So the recommendation is that Council notes the Mayor's communications. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder? Sorry, who seconded? Andrew. Deputy Mayor Councillor Courtney. Are there any questions from anyone regarding this communications report?
I just would comment if I could.
Yes.
The Deputy Mayor, Edwards, and Councillor Raw was there as well.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, the motion has been put. Councillor Roberts moved, Councillor Courtney seconded. Are there any queries or questions, comments? If not, I put that motion. All those in favour, please say aye. 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 Carried unanimously. 4.3, reports by delegates. We've not received any. 4.4, notification of council workshops. There is a recommendation that council notes the following workshops, and there are 3 listed there. So could I have a mover, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Deputy Mayor Edwards seconded. Councillor Roberts, did you wish to speak to this motion? Anyone else have any comments that they wish to make to this motion? If not, I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. Item 5, public questions and statements. 5.1, responses to public questions taken on notice from the previous meeting. None have been received. 5.2, public questions received in writing. Item 5.2.1, Mrs. Shaw, request for fire risk assessment and clearing of vegetation on Backcam Road. She has asked a question and the officers have responded to that particular question. 5.3, public questions without notice. We have no one in the gallery this evening, so there won't be any public questions or statements or public statements without notice. Item 6, planning authority items. There are no planning matters for this agenda this evening. Item 7, matters raised by councillors. Responses to councillor questions taken on notice, none received. 7.2, councillor questions received in writing. We have not received any. 7.3, councillor questions without notice. So if any councillor has any questions without notice, could you please put your questions to the council?
Can I have a statement?
Sorry? Yes.
Just congratulations to the Wynyard men's and senior women's side making the NWFA finals, isn't it? Yeah. Tremendous job. Yeah, I think the girls have got a really good chance. The women's got a really good chance, and the men might be up against it, but you never know on the day. So yeah, congratulations to both teams, and I hope the town can get around and support the EG with the shop windows support. So yeah, good on them.
Thank you, Councillor Johnson. And yes, you're quite right. It is a proud moment when our sporting teams do so well. Both teams on one day. Okay, so item 8, notice of motion. We haven't any received. Item 9, reports of officers and committees. The Frederick Street Reserve Master Plan. There is a recommendation before you, councillors, that council adopts the Frederick Street Reserve Master Plan update. And the second part is the Frederick Street Reserve Master Plan update was endorsed by council to be released for community feedback at its July 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Councillor Courtney, is that right? Did you
Yes.
move? Thank you. Could I have a seconder? Councillor Roberts. Councillor Courtney, would you like to speak to this motion, please?
Only to say that I'm really grateful for the feedback from the community. A lot of times we put out for community feedback on major things that we're doing around town, and we don't get a lot. I think it was fantastic, the amount of people who replied and the content of the replies. And I think it's good that we've looked at the area that seemed to have been raised a number of times by various people, and that we've made adjustment and ensured them that that area is going to remain safe. So I think it's great that we had a fair bit of feedback and we did what we always do and listened. So yeah, that's what I'd say to that one.
Councillor Courtney, that area is the Heathlands,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I also have said several times about this committee, and Councillor Johnson and myself very lucky and fortunate to work with this committee. The members of this committee, in meeting together, actively look for ways to help the other groups that were participating in this activity in this group. All credit in the world to the BMX Club and also the Carriage Drivers Association and the Junior Soccer and the runners and everyone that came and was a part of that group and still is part of that group, because they actually genuinely were looking out for each other and looking actively for ways that they could all utilise this space together. And we had groups raising things for other groups, and maybe perhaps that other groups had forgotten or missed, and they might obviously spent some time thinking about how best to benefit their neighbours. And when you see stuff like that as community people, it goes to show that unlike a lot of places in the world, that right here we've got some people that are actively working together to achieve better outcomes for everyone. And as a council, that actually enables us to get results. And this master plan, much like the sports precinct for Wynyard and much like the Cam River Reserve and much like the parks, we can almost guarantee that the staff at this council will deliver those outcomes. So great work by everyone involved, and thank you to the staff that are involved from council as well, because it's a credit to the whole entire community and region. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Are there any speakers against? Further speakers for? Councillor Raw?
Look, I'd just like to ask a clarification question. Where the overflow parking has been moved to, it's hardly been moved any distance at all. And I was just going to clarify that where it's been put is okay with the people that requested that move. I was just wondering whether that's been checked.
Through you, Mayor. I understand it's about both where the location is and the drainage of that car park,
Yes.
and we understand both.
Yeah.
It's okay. Admittedly, the design of that car park and the treatment of it is yet to be determined, but both of those factors, I believe, are okay in the way it's been located.
Thank you for that. Deputy Mayor Edwards.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that this is a blueprint for the future, and it's not a commitment to funding or undertake immediate work. So we're needing external funding up to 50% for this project, for these projects to go ahead. And with the people that gave us feedback, they had comments, concerns and ideas, but mainly it was around the Heathland Reserve, the DDA toilet, which is up and coming, and just around the Pony Club and the parking and surface around there. But I think overall it was great to have community feedback. So that's good.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Edwards. I agree with you. It is good to get such full-on responses from the community. They really do care about that area and they want to work together. Are there any further speakers against the motion or for the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.2, the Livable Waratah Wynyard Settlement Strategy Implementation Plan. The recommendation is that Council notes the progress of Year 4, 2024-25 of the Livable Waratah Wynyard Settlement Strategy Implementation Plan. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Roberts moved and Councillor Courtney seconded. Do you wish to speak to this motion, Councillor Roberts?
No, just that we're in Year 4, it's going well. So
Are there any further speakers for this motion? Are there any speakers against? Councillor Raw.
Yeah, I'd just like to say, yes, great, I'm for it and everything. I noticed in part of it there, they talk about the bike storage and the park and pedal, or bus and bike, whatever they're calling it, and that's going to be in and around Doctors Rocks. We were talking last week or sometime in the recent past around garbage bins being out there. I gather that sort of, bike storage area would have rubbish bins there, or is there any way that we could include rubbish bins for the picking up of the rubbish on the pathway in that suggested project?
Thank you for that question. I will need to pass that on.
Yeah, through you, Mayor. Look, implementing something like that would have to consider seriously rubbish bins and other amenities. Yeah.
That's great. Well, they'll double up and have double use. Yeah.
Thank you. Are there any further questions? Anyone wishing to speak against the motion? Yes, Councillor Bromwich.
I've got a comment regarding the pedestrian crossing at Old Nina Road. I have had 2 or 3 people say that it's very hard to get across there walking. They've got to walk around the barrier and there's no real track. And if they're pushing families, a few young families up there apparently push their prams into town in the summertime, and it's pretty hard for them. Like, I guess, I don't know what the outcome is. I guess the same is crossing the road at Deep Creek. On push bikes even, I don't know what the rules are. I don't know whether the push bikes are supposed to go to the roundabout and come in that way, or whether they can get across there and come through. I don't know. But it's something, I guess, that you'd be aware of, Daniel, I guess, and you're probably following it through.
Yeah, look, through you, Mayor. Look, it sits in that plan as something to advocate for, and of course, the Department of State Growth have a large say in what facility could go there, given the speed zone and all of those sorts of things. But it hasn't been in a current year annual plan to push yet, but it sits in that plan to look at. So,
I suppose a lot of this, if there's funding needed, probably the state growth should dip in their pocket.
Yeah.
For that sort of thing.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Councillor Bromwich. Are there any further questions or comments to this motion? If not, I put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.3, the Open Space Sport and Recreation Plan Annual Update. The recommendation before you, councillors, is that you note the annual status update on progress of the Open Space Sport and Recreation Plan 2017 to 2027. Councillor Courtney moved. Councillor Roberts seconded. Councillor Courtney, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Oh, no, I think everything's going well and we're doing some major projects and looking at a fair bit of works in there, but I'm just going to sneak in that I can't remember whether I asked for a toilet at Yolla in the first term, councillor, or a second term, but awesome that it's finally there. Like, I'm stoked. I wish it had been a little bit earlier, a little bit easier, but yay, we got there. So,
Thank you for that, Councillor Courtney. Are there any further comments or questions, please? Deputy Mayor Edwards.
Yeah, I just want to say we're 8 years through the 10-year plan with 92% completed or actioned out of the 206 recommendations made in the OSA plan. An array of progress and actions in this last year have been the Coastal Pathway Frederick Street Master Plan, which we've just passed, the Yolla Toilet, Somerset Sporting Precinct, and the list goes on. So I look forward to seeing the work completed from this year alone and all the hard work, and look forward to the 8% being completed over the next 2 years.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Edwards, and thank you for identifying all of those things that we have done this year.
And I was actually going to piggyback on that, just note that it's a couple of years from completion in 27. The amount of work, especially in the last decade and a half in this community for recreation, leisure and sport has been absolutely tremendous. To have a council, the parks as well, are just tremendous, and the Fossil Bluff and Surrounding Trails plan, and the Cam River Reserve plan. It's not just a singular focus on one area, whether that be sport or leisure. The Coastal Pathway and all of these things being delivered in a very short span of time is actually great going forward as well. In terms of asset renewal, it shows a great strategic delivery of plan. And it goes to show the quality of work by this council to be over 9/10 through a plan that has 206 actions in 8 years. I mean, that is unheard of, and the deliveries are exceptional, and the quality of life that our citizens have here is amongst the finest in the world, really, and it's the envy of many a place. And all credit to the council, all credit to the staff and the community groups and the people that actually have been involved in that whole process. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Are there any further comments that councillors wish to make or speak against the motion? If there are no further speakers, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.4, the Quarterly Information Report, Organisational Performance. The recommendation is that Council notes the Quarterly Information Report for the Organisational Performance Department as of the 31st of August 2025. Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Johnson moved. Could I have a seconder, please?
So moved.
Councillor Bramage. Councillor Johnson, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Only as per report, another thorough report as our staff normally do. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Is there anyone who wishes to speak against the motion? Any questions regarding this motion? Any further comments? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.5 is the Tasmanian Reuse Impact Study. The recommendation is that Council notes the Tasmanian Reuse Impact Study and the ongoing work of the Tasmanian Waste and Resource Recovery Board. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Deputy Mayor Edwards moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Raw. Deputy Mayor Edwards, would you like to talk to this motion?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that within our municipality, we have a lot of community groups or diverse groups, charities and businesses that contribute to the reuse area. Our waste transfer station, City Mission, Vinnie's, Lifeline, local businesses, Mother Hubbard's, the indoor market, the foreshore market, Vincent Industries do textile reuse. They sort clothing and they use that where other people can buy in the toweling for shops and everything. I will also add to that the Creative Paper Tasmania, as we did our business site visit last week, and I know that Darren gets textiles from Vincent Industries, and that's how he goes to making his paper and everything. So it was really great to go and see that on a side note. And I know that there's people outside of what is in the agenda where we reuse in many different ways throughout the community.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Edwards. Are there any further speakers to this motion?
No, sorry.
Councillor Bramage.
I just quite amazed of how many reuse shops there is about the countryside. And I guess just touching on creative paper, is that what it's called?
Creative paper, Tasman.
I missed out, but I guess they reuse a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Councillor Bramage. We could possibly organise for you to visit the facility at some later stage.
Yeah, thanks.
I think we are.
Councillor Johnson probably come with me.
Councillor Roy, you wish to?
Yes. After reading the report, I think it's really timely that we've done so much work on FOGO around that, and to move from recycle now to focus on reuse. That's really great, and the mention of waste station shops, and I know that's in another of our policies to develop the waste station shop. But I'd be interested in looking as it goes forward to looking at things like washing machines and fridges and all those sorts of things, and how they're not built to be reused, and whether we can have a focus on perhaps trying to get that sort of thing in the front of people's minds as well.
You make an interesting comment, Councillor Raw, because there is no technician or service person on the northwest coast for any of our white goods. So therefore they do get taken to the waste transfer station for disposal. Okay, are there any further comments from anyone? No further comments? I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. Item 9.6, Accessibility Working Group Appointment of Members. Could I have a mover for that motion, please?
Yes, so moved.
Councillor Raw moved, and Councillor Bramage second.
Thank you.
Councillor Raw, do you wish to... We've moved it, but I just need to read out so that the people who are watching online know exactly what we're talking about. So the council appoints the following community representatives to the 2025 and 2027 Accessibility Strategic Working Group. We have 4 continuing members, and they are Peter Lambert, Ken Ewington, Annette Kirkpatrick and Jamie Elphinston, and 3 new members, Melissa Jones, Craig Richardson and Morgan Price. So the motion has been moved and seconded. Councillor Raw, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Just that the group, it'll be nice to welcome in some new members, and we're working as a group hard on the plan that we have, and we're quite a long way down getting all those things implemented in the plan, and the sensory garden is part of that plan, so lots of great things happening.
Thank you.
We welcome those 3 new people.
Are there any further speakers to this motion, please? If not, I'm going to put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.7. Council issued delegations to Chief Executive Officer, the Building Act 2016 and Building Regulations 2016. And there are 3 parts to the motion. The recommendation is that the first recommendation is that Council revokes the previous delegations issued in March 2025 under the Building Act 2016 and the Building Regulations 2016 to the Chief Executive Officer, and approves the reviewed delegations presented in Schedule A due to legislative amendments. The second part is notes Council's permit authority officers are appointed as licensed persons in accordance with the S37C of the Occupational Licensing Act 2005, being Alison Harris, Permit Authority, and Matthew Jamison, Building and Compliance Coordinator. And the third recommendation is updates its resolution of the 17th of March 2025 to appoint the Director of Infrastructure and Development Services, Mr. Daniel Summers, to be acting Chief Executive Officer when the current Chief Executive Officer is on leave or absent, noting that use of the position title of Chief Executive Officer is a term of reference and is subsequent to the appointment of the role of General Manager under Section 61(1) of the Act. Could I have a move? Councillor Courtney has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Ramage seconded. Councillor Courtney, do you wish to speak to this motion, please?
Not really. This is an administrative matter. I will just take 1 second to say thank you, Mr. Summers, for obviously agreeing to backfilling that role again. That heartens me that if we are ever absent of our CEO, that you take that role, because that you always make me feel like we're in safe hands if we ever have that, event. So thank you very much for taking that again. And yeah, stoked with the appointments of the 2 staff members. We have excellent staff members here, and to see that those 2 are appointed to those roles in this organisation, we're punching above our weight all the time. So just once again,
Thank you.
good appointments.
Are there any further speakers to this motion?
Just
Councillor.
briefly, Mayor, there's 3 names there and there's 3 experienced operators.
Yep.
That's all I'd like to say.
Thank you. Any further speakers to this motion? If there are no further speakers to the motion, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.8, fixing of council meeting dates. The recommendation before you, councillors, is that council approve scheduling of ordinary council meetings for the 3rd Monday of each month, commencing at 6 p.m. for the period from January 2026 to December 2026, or according to the schedule below. And there are a list of dates for you to refer to. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Raw. Councillor Roberts, do you wish to speak to this motion?
Look, just that we're all creatures of habit, obviously, and we're pretty used to it by now, so long may it continue.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Any further speakers to this motion? I think it's pretty clear, so I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.9, the dispute resolution policy recommendation that council adopts the new dispute resolution policy as presented in accordance with the requirement of section 28JA of the Local Government Act 1993. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Johnson. Councillor Roberts, do you wish to speak to this motion?
No, just that it's a requirement, so obviously.
Thank you very much. Are there any further speakers or other speakers to this motion? Councillor Raw?
Yeah, I was just going to ask a clarification question, whether our CEO has decided or made a decision on the dispute resolution officer, or are you going to take that position and not delegate, or you probably have not even thought about it yet?
Well, through you, Mayor, it's probably between me and Sally
Oh, right.
that any work would be carried out if it were needed.
Yeah, okay. And just a couple of things. In 3.2, in the roles, in the advisor and the support person, there are just a few little, I think, things have jumped in that shouldn't have jumped in that might need to be deleted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any further comments or questions?
Excuse me for being slow, but I missed what jumped in and what needs deleting.
True.
Yeah, just a moment. Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Councillor Raw?
Oh, look, it's just like, if you have a look, it's not deleting anything that shouldn't be there. It's just a typo that's been in there that it's obvious it shouldn't be there. It's nothing.
Just a typo. All right. Thank you for that. We look
Thank you.
through you, Mayor. We look at these things so many times. We end up losing.
Thank you for that. Are there any further speakers to this motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.10, the financial report for the period ended 31st of August 2025. The recommendation is that Council note the financial report for the period ended 31st of August 2025. Could I have a mover for that motion? Councillor Roberts. Could I have a seconder, please?
Second.
Councillor Johnson. Councillor Roberts, do you wish to open any debate or make comments?
Just that we're in the black and we're very fortunate as a council to be in that position, and you could say it's luck, but it's not. It's the skill of our staff that continually navigate CPI and AAV and a bunch of other things that really do impact our ability to provide the service that this council does. So all credit in the world to Mr. Smith and the team. I really appreciate it, and It allows us to dream big and have big goals and big plans and big budgets. So really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts, and we appreciate your comments that you have passed to our Finance Executive Manager. Are there any further speakers to this motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. 9.11, Senior Management Report, and the recommendation is that Council notes the Senior Management Report. Could I have a move for that motion, please?
I moved.
Councillor Courtney has moved. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Roberts. Councillor Courtney, do you wish to speak to this motion, please?
No, we just need to note the report.
Any other speakers to
Excuse
this
me.
motion?
Just that I'd encourage people to read them, as always.
You do wish to speak?
Yeah, I just said that I'd encourage people to read all the reports that we
Thank you.
produce.
Deputy Mayor Edwards?
Yeah, I just wanted to congratulate Linda Charles, Bella Charles, Tony Simpson, Neil Simpson and Jonathan Jenkins for qualifying for the $250 team sponsorship for the Western Division Indoor Bowls Association Tasmanian team for the up-and-coming national titles in Warrnambool. So wish them good luck and hopefully bring home a little trophy.
Okay, thank you very much. Any further speakers? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Carried unanimously. 9.12, minutes of other bodies and committees. 9.12.1, minutes of other bodies and committees, Sustainability and Environmental Advisory Panel held 22nd of July and 19th of August 2025. The recommendation is that Council notes the confirmed minutes of the meeting held on the 22nd of July 2025 and notes the unconfirmed minutes of the meeting held on 19th of August 2025. The third point is endorses the recommendation to Council from the 19th of August 2025 meeting that a cooperative site visit to Camp Creek and French's Road Reserve be organised for SEEP members and councillors. Could I have a mover for that motion, please?
I'll move that motion.
Deputy Mayor Edwards has moved. Could I have a seconder? Councillor Bramage has seconded. Deputy Mayor Edwards, would you like to speak to this motion?
I'll just point out point 3 where, we're working with some great people around the table in the SEEP group and, they're wanting to go for site visits, around Camp Creek and French's Road. So it's nice that they're wanting to, do a site visit together with us as councillors and the SEEP members. So, and it'll be great for everybody that do come to see, we've got a lot of experience within that SEEP group.
Thank you for that. Are there any further speakers to this motion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Carried unanimously. Moving on to item 10, matters proposed for consideration in the closed meeting. The recommendation is that Council resolves by an absolute majority that the matters listed below be considered in the closed meeting. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Roberts. Could I have a seconder, please? Councillor Bramage is the seconder. I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. Item 11 is closure of the meeting to the public. The recommendation is that Council resolves by an absolute majority to go into the closed meeting to consider the following matters at 6:34 p.m. Could I have a mover for that motion, please? Councillor Johnson. Could I have a seconder? Councillor Bramage. We don't discuss this one. I'll put the motion. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Carried unanimously. So the meeting is now closed.